All right, so this one comes out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And again, I think this is going to speak to a lot of you folks. Hi there, I'm Greg. I found your YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, and I'm loving it. After a lifetime of hating mowing, really hating it, I am trying to learn to enjoy the mow. Last week was the first time I've cut twice in a week, and I actually didn't mind it. Heck, those were some of the first times I've not minded mowing, period. Understanding what the lawn needs and why it behaves the way it does has been huge for me. I like to understand things rather than just do them because, which is probably why I hated mowing, because it was a chore that I just had to do, rather than understanding how things work in order to have a nicer lawn. So I want to stop there because there's more to this. So Greg is saying, I finally like mowing because I understand why I'm mowing and I understand what to expect from it. And that's why I always tell you guys, I can tell you what to do. I can tell you to cut high. I can tell you to cut often. But I always try to give you the why behind it. And of course, that's a lot of the things we talk about here on the podcast and on my YouTube channel. But I want you to understand that working with your lawn, it's like any relationship. The more you understand the other person, or in this case, the more you understand your lawn and its soil, then the more you can feed it to make the relationship healthy. It works that way in marriages and everything else, right? If you understand your spouse or your significant other, if you have empathy for them, if you work hard to understand what makes them happy, what their love language is, what they like, what they don't like, then you can work to improve the relationship by feeding the good things and encouraging the good things and encouraging them and making a positive impact on them. And in return, they will do that back. They will reciprocate. That's just how relationships work. And the same thing works with the lawn. The more you understand it and the more you give it what it needs and what it wants and work it through the tough times, the more it will reward you back by being in thick and lush and beautiful, and you'll get those barefoot days on it. So just wanted to point that out, that's exactly how we cross over. The lawn care relationship is very much like any other relationship in your life, and the things that you learn in caring for a lawn and striving with a lawn and working through tough times with a lawn and good times with a lawn, that can actually improve all relationships, even ones at work, ones with your kids, ones with your family. It can improve all of your relationships. And I know some of you get a little cringy when I go, or you think I get a little cringy when I go that far with it, but I promise you, it all works together. Everything is the same. There's nothing new under the sun. All right, let's continue here. Greg says, just yesterday I bought your program, the Cool Season Guide, since I'm in Southwest Ohio. He has Cool Season Turf, and I can't wait to get started on it. I mapped out my yard a couple weeks ago and used the online tools as well as actually measuring it, which was a nice excuse to buy a 100-foot tape measure and have my 6-year-old son help me outside. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to best water everything. This weekend, I'm planning to throw down some grubacks as directed in the supplemental guide of getting started in the summer. And we currently have True Green. And while they do okay, I'm considering canceling them and doing it myself. We'll see how the grubacks goes. I've never even considered doing this myself before because it was just too daunting and I didn't know where to start. So your channel, podcast, guide have been fantastic. And that's really the point of this message. I just wanted to let you know I really appreciate what you're doing. So thank you. So Greg, I really appreciate what you're doing and telling me this because it goes back to solidify everything that I try to do, which is that I really want you to understand that lawn care is not that tough and that you can actually get a lot of good out of it. We talked about the good that you get about enjoying it and the relationships and that, but look at what you can do with your son. First of all, yes, any chance you can get to buy a tape measure, I'm with you. Like for some reason, whenever I go to the big box store, I always pick up a tape measure or a level, but yet I can never find a tape measure or a level. But something about tape measures, you know, maybe wrenches too, like multi-tools. I pick up a lot of those. But tape measures, I probably own 20 tape measures, and I bet you right now I couldn't find one. But either way, any excuse to buy a tape measure is good. But like he said, he got out and measured it on the online tools, and I recommend that. But what do I always tell you guys? Get out there and measure your lawn on your own. Measure it manually. Use that tape measure. Walk it off. Step it off. Feel what 1,000 square foot feels like. Learn what 2,500 square foot is over here, where it's a perfect square versus 2,500 square foot over here where it's a triangle. And what differences will I have to adjust to as I'm applying this, as I'm mowing it, as I'm even weed whacking, or as I'm, whatever things you're doing, learn your land. And then as Greg has discovered, he's actually used it now as an opportunity to get out with his son and do some things in the lawn. You can teach your son about a tape measure, right? Even though he's only 6, it doesn't matter. Let him pull it out. Show him the numbers on there. Count the numbers. Let him be out in the lawn with dad. That is one of the most incredible experiences I think that a young man or a young lady can have, is to have experiences in the lawn with their mom and dad. I think that is just incredible. One of my favorite pictures that I have is actually of me and my dad and I don't remember it because I think I was only 1.5 or 2 years old, working on his old Craftsman riding lawnmower. We used to live on Shore Acres out in St. Pete, and I have some fond memories of running around the lawn while my dad was mowing it and working on it. So I think those are always good things, and that's what else Greg is discovering here.